This podcast is brought to you by Covenant Eyes. The internet can be a dangerous place for unguarded eyes and hearts. Covenant Eyes provides the services that protect against the evils and temptations that can be found on the World Wide Web. Visit wadoradio.com/resources for more information about our affiliate, Covenant Eyes.
Everybody lends an ear. I want to thank you in advance for letting us make it clear, y'all.
Of course, man, DJ Wado, the Wado Radio Show. It's more than music, it's ministry, wadoradio.com, of course. Yo, man, we here with, all the way from St. Louis, man. Thi'sl, what's up, homie? Let me tell you this. I've had people that have worked in radio for years, like, 15, 16, 17 years, call me up and they say, how have you built the following you built online? I've been on FM radio for 15, 16 years, and I don't have that kind of following. Like,
it's the bubble. It's the bubbling up of the independent, bro.
And that's the thing. And I think as a whole, when you look around Christian hip hop, you look at the labels. For the most part, we all like the labels that most of the major artists are signed to. I'm thinking of the Reach Records, the Clear Sights, the Full Rides, the Collisions, the Humble Beasts, the Reflection Music Group. Like we all own those for the most part ourselves. And you're starting to get some people in Exist Music. I want to leave them out, but they kind of got their deal with Malico now too. But you have, you're starting to see some people sign with some other labels. That kind of stuff is going to start coming out. But for the most part, we've positioned ourselves to own and control our content. The websites, the Rapzillas, the Jam the Hypes, the New H2Os, the radio shows like myself, the internet stuff, Hot 316, all that. We own all of that, and we got to keep it that way, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
I didn't mean to sidetrack us right there, but I had to get that out, man.
No, you good. I agree, bro. I agree. I 100% agree.
Yeah.
Like, and all I want to say again is, like I said before, like, artists don't be foolish. Everybody not meant to be independent. Yep. If you got to sign to a label, that ain't a curse.
Nope.
That ain't a curse. Bro, I'm telling you right now, if a label came to me right now and said, we love what you do, we don't want to bother what you're doing. What we want to do is give you a bigger place to do it at. And we had amazing percent. We had because at the end of the day, it's about percent.
Yep.
Like you're either gonna own 100%.
Yeah.
Now, this is what I see some independent artists are foolish in. Some independent artists are willing to stay completely on their own and avoid situations of strategic partnership that can help them grow because they have in their mind, oh, I own all of this. Bro, you own 100% of $500.
Yep.
Like, you're either going to own 100% of 1,000 or I can own 20% of 100,000.
Yeah.
Like, it's one or the other. It's going to boil down to percent and commitment, term life. If a label came to me and said, man, we want to do a 2-album deal with you, we'll give you X amount of dollars where you could do and say whatever you want to do, how you've been doing it, and we'll give you an amazing percent. And if it took me from reaching 40,000 people to reaching 400,000 people,
there you go.
And it took me from getting X amount of dollars to getting X amount of dollars, and it's an increase, you will see Full Ride partnered with such and such a label that made that possible. Because the term life makes sense. 2 records. If I don't like you, you don't like me, we out of here. The percents make sense, and the growth potential makes sense.
There you go.
So it all makes sense. So it boils down to what makes sense and what doesn't. Same thing with a book deal. If one of these publishing houses that I've been talking to or any other publishing house came to me and said, we'll give you 50% and we'll still cut you that check, let's do it. But you ain't going to give me 15%.
Yeah.
I don't care how big the check is.
Yeah.
Because if you cut me $100,000 check and over the lifetime of that book, I end up selling 100,000, 200,000 books, I just played myself.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
For $100,000 check.
Yep.
So it's all about percents and what makes sense. So like that come from artists being educated. You got to be educated and use discernment. Which leads me to another point. Me and Flame been talking, man, and I was thinking about this before me and Flame talked about it with a couple other people. But like, bro, I'm really considering doing a music conference, bro. Like music conference.
Man, you've mentioned this to me before, man. I think you should, brother.
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing a music conference, bro, where we learn the business, bro.
Yep.
Because we uneducated.
Yep.
We uneducated, bro. Then we get into situations where we could possibly have a good deal or a good partnership, and we argue it away because we're uneducated.
Yeah.
If you turn down a bad deal because you know business and you know good points, amen. If you turn down a good deal because you don't know business and you argue from your emotion and based off what you've heard second or third hand, then shame on you.
Hey, let me ask you this. I'm actually getting ready to do a podcast on this in a couple of days with a panel discussion. And one of the questions that I want to ask cats is, what does a good record deal look like? You know, like in terms of specifics. And I know it's different because some of it's going to depend on what you bring to the table. But if I'm a new artist, and I'm trying to get my first real project out, you know, on a national level or whatever, what is a fair deal for me? But that's also still fair for the label, given the investment they got to put into it.
If you sign to it, depends on who you signing with. But industry standards before negotiation is 9 cents per song times however many songs you got on the record.
Yeah.
So if you got, and most labels now stop you at 10 songs. You can make 15, but we paying you for 10. So most labels stopping you at 90 cents per record. But if you got 10 songs on our 12 songs at 9 cents a song, you know what I'm saying? It'll go to $1.08 at 12 songs. You get $1.08 per CD. You recoup. You pay them back once they recoup. You got money to shoot a video and some push. I mean, you in. At this point, that's why I say it depends. Because dog, you also got to look at it from the label's point of view. Bro, if I take a new artist right now that no one has never seen before in their life, no one's never seen them, ever, and put $5,000 of my money into doing a 7-song record, I'm taking the bigger risk in the picture.
Yeah.
If you don't sell records, you get to walk away and try again, depending on our contract. But if you don't sell records, I just blew $5,000. So it depends on the situation. And it has to be weighed from the label point of view. Because if a label willing to put $100,000 or $40,000 behind you, one, no new artist, I wouldn't put $40,000 behind you unless I had millions. If a label's willing to put $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 behind you as an artist, you negotiate what you can get, but you be thankful somebody willing to spend their money on you.
Yeah.
It depends. It depends. Deals can be, it depends on what you consider bad. Some people want to own their masters. Some people don't. For some people, not owning their masters is a bad deal. For some people, they don't care about masters. For some people, getting publishing, owning their publishing is a good deal. For some people, they don't care. In Christian hip hop, publishing is not a big deal because we don't got radio, TV, or video. So you can own your publishing just because you want to and give up a percent, but you ain't really fighting for nothing at the end of the day. So it depends on what it is. It depends on how the deal is catered.
It's good. It's good, though. That's good. That gives people, I think, a lot to chew on, man.
Yeah.
A lot to chew on, man. With this, man, we definitely going to be looking out for Fallen King. I encourage everyone to go out and support girl. I can't even get it out. Go out and support Girl Code. Girl Code. I couldn't even get it out, bro. It's in stores right now, man. Thiz, definitely appreciate you, man. And you always welcome up here, man. And we can't wait to blast off that new record you putting out too, bro.
Man, bro, I hope people can tell I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm very, very, very excited.
Yeah. Well, it's
about it.
I'm encouraged because it sounds like you've continued to move forward while also putting infrastructure in place so that when things get even bigger, you're able to take advantage of it on a whole different level.
Yeah, man. Yeah, because I'm gonna say this, and I'm done on my soapbox. But there's gonna take more artists with bigger platforms to make the genre bigger.
I agree.
Like we can't, and I'm gonna say this blunt, so people have no assumption. But we can't just count on Reach Records
Agreed.
to propel the genre.
Agree.
Like we can't.
Yep.
Like everybody's not gonna like Lecrae.
Yep.
Like everybody doesn't like Lecrae.
Yep.
Everybody's not gonna like Andy. Everybody doesn't like Andy. Everybody's not gonna like me. They don't like. Some people don't like me.
Yep.
So we need a variety. We need a multifacet of artists. And I'll end on this note right here. Somebody asked me the other day in another interview, they said, what do you think it's going to take? Why don't you think Christian hip hop is growing as a whole? Or what do you think it's going to take for Christian hip hop to grow? And there are several different things we can name. One, Christian hip hop is in infant stages of an industry. Like infant. We don't have radio. We don't have video. We don't have TV. We have one blog. We have one website. Wado Radio. I look at y'all more at this stage as a radio show than a blog, even though y'all got a blog. Like the blog growing. But when people think Christian hip hop, they think one thing. When they come to websites,
they think Rapzilla.
They say Rapzilla.
Absolutely.
That's it. We have one website.
I just want to say this. I'm not offended by you saying that because my focus is radio.
Right. So I want to clear it up for the people to be like, oh, wait, you know,
Yep.
So you know how people do. But we got one website. When you look at hip hop or CCM or gospel or wherever you want to look at, they have 100 sites. They have 100 different sites. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop, if you look at hip hop blog sites, they have hundreds of sites. They probably have 25 or 30 sites that all kill. Like it's 25 or 30 hip hop sites that people die to be on.
Yep.
We have one. That is an industry. We don't have label infrastructure. The only label that has and this ain't no diss to nobody else. Because I know everybody else, and everybody else is growing, and everybody else is trying to grow what they're doing. They have one or two people in place. But the only label that has a 4 or 5 people staff and bread and infrastructure is Reach. So there isn't a lot of infrastructure in it. I sat down with some of the biggest promoters in our genre, and he told me, he said, the reason why Christian hip hop isn't growing like every other genre, CCM or whatever, he said because Christian hip hop is owned by the artist. He said there's no label and company and infrastructure in place. So a lot of it isn't infrastructure. So that's one thing. There isn't infrastructure. We don't have industry people. We don't have managers, A&Rs. We don't have PR people. We don't have radio promoters. Everybody wants to be a rapper or something. And I said that on Twitter before. I was like, dang, man, everybody don't have to be a rapper. Like, go do this. And people was like, oh, look at that coming from the rapper. No, that's coming from the rapper who's rapping and is working. And it's been tested and proved. I've sought the Lord, used discernment, used wisdom, and God has shown me that this is my life. But we have brothers and sisters every day that spend 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years trying to do rap music, and it never goes from the side room. And that doesn't mean that you're failing because it isn't propelling stat-wise, but that's a place for me to look and say, just because I love hip-hop don't mean I'm supposed to rap. You probably supposed to be a manager. Like, we don't have managers. We don't have A&Rs. We don't have PR people. We don't have label execs. We don't have radio promoters. All of that stuff pushes an industry forward. So those are a couple things we don't have. Another thing, we don't have money. Like, there isn't money to promote the genre and promote the movement as a whole. There isn't money. The other thing is, and I like the pastor say, I'm closing on this. The other thing is most of the artists, and I always tell people I can say stuff like this because if somebody else said, they're going to be considered hating. But we've established this at the beginning. These my friends, and Wade don't know. That's why he brought me on here, because I be saying stuff. But the other thing is most of, and I'm going to say most and put parentheses around it. I didn't say all because I didn't want it to be so inclusive. Most of the artists in our genre, their only aspiration is to be on Reach. That's their big goal. Their big goal is to be on Reach. So when they make records, they're making records with the hope of impressing Reach. When they, whatever they do to grow what they're doing, it's in hopes that Reach is going to see it, pull them on board, and propel it. Their only idea of shifting to the next level is if Reach takes them and puts them in a space to do it. Now, if that happens, that's amazing. Like I said, these are my friends. I benefited from a relationship with them as they've benefited from a relationship for me. It wasn't a mutual, let's use each other thing. It's because we're friends. These are my friends. This is my family. We rock together. So I benefited from going on a tour. I benefited from being on records. It's amazing. I'm thankful. But you can't make that be your aspiration. Because, and the reason I say that is, like, I think Reach Records is an amazing label. I think Reach Records is going to get way bigger than it is. I think Reach Records is bigger than most people even understand. I think what Lecrae and Reach Records is doing is so groundbreaking, we don't even get it right now. Like, we don't even see the full effect of it at this point. It's amazing. But there's somebody out there that has the same potential. And the reason that it's not showing is because they're afraid. Like, most people in our genre are afraid to step out and do something.
That's good.
Because they're afraid that if it doesn't look as big as what Reach is doing, they're going to be looked at like failures. You can't be afraid of that. You can't. Like, get you a team, get some people around you, get some real critics that can tell you, yo, what you doing, that's not tight. Get you a friend that'll tell you, like, man, you know, you really not a rapper. You can't rap. You know what I'm saying? Get some real people around you, get you a team, get you a budget, and seek the Lord. Put that at the beginning, too. Seek the Lord, get you a team, get you a budget, and seek the Lord. But you can't sit around, let your whole aspiration be. I don't care. And even if it's lamp mode or if it's clear sight or whatever the case is, don't let that be don't let your end all goal be, if this doesn't happen, it's not happening. Like, work towards pleasing the Lord, work towards being excellent in your craft, work towards maximizing opportunities. And when opportunity and time and space meet, if that's what happened, then that's what happened. But we need to grow this industry. I love Rapzilla. I appreciate Chad. I appreciate Phil. I appreciate what they do for the culture, what they did for the culture. But we need some more websites. We need some websites that cover social commentary. Like, when the government shutdown was going on, we ain't even talk about the government shutdown. When the Christians, right now, Christians getting killed in Syria and Nairobi, like all of these different places, we ain't even talk about that. We ain't talk about George Zimmerman. We ain't talk about Trayvon Martin. We don't talk about social commentary. We need to have discussions about social commentary from a Christian point of view. Like, we should be leading the way in idea thinking. The people with great ideas and the people of great minds that are dictating culture, they should look into our culture for answers. We should be leading the way. We are God's people. But we don't talk about that stuff. We need more websites. With quality, not no crap. Don't put no crap up, because I'm going to be the first person line to tell you that ain't tight. But I'm out of here.
Hey, Thi'sl, man. Appreciate it, dog.
Everybody lends an ear. I want to thank you in advance for letting us make it clear to y'all on the Wado Radio Show.
Thanks for tuning in to another Wado Radio full interview. This was made possible in part by our affiliate, Covenant Eyes. The internet can be a dangerous place for unguarded eyes and hearts. Covenant Eyes provides the services that protect against the evils and temptations that can be found on the World Wide Web. Established over a decade ago, Covenant Eyes is the pioneer in internet accountability software, empowering its members to maintain their online integrity. I personally use them on every device that I have: computer, iPhone, iPad, whole 9 yards. Don't go another day without guarding your eyes, your mind, and your heart. Visit wadoradio.com/resources for more information about Covenant Eyes. And if you sign up via our affiliate link at wadoradio.com/resources, we'll give you a month free. Covenant Eyes, trusted by thousands of families, including mine.